Hey guys, MF Gaming here. We're going to be playing a little game called Kidnap Girl. It's on Steam, free game. I'm going to put it in the description of this video if you guys want to play it for yourself. I'm going to be playing it. It says it takes about an hour to hour and a half to play, somewhere around there. I'm pretty sure it said on Steam, if I was looking at the correct game. So I'm looking at maybe 2 to 3 episodes, nothing long, maybe 15-minute episodes at max, maybe 10. So we're just gonna get right into this and see how this goes. As you can see, it's one of those games. So, the day I turned 17, I kidnapped a girl. Her name was Alice. Sociability was not the main feature of her character. In class, she was quiet. Always quiet, especially with no one to talk to. A girl like her was not difficult to pull out for a date after school. Wow, we just called her tutorial mode, basically. Wow, that's kind of sad. In the process, she readily agreed to came home with me, where I gave her some juice laced with sleeping pills. Alice fell asleep in just a few minutes. It's my first kidnapping. Oh, yeah, not a bad beginning. Everything went according to plan, although with the dosage, I went too far. I lived with my uncle. Yeah, I lived with his uncle, huh? His house was too big for just the two of us, so some of the rooms were empty. My uncle said for a long time that he wanted to rent them out, but he didn't post in the ads, so I used one of them as my torture chamber. Of course, he didn't know that. Edward was the name of my uncle. He rarely went into the empty room. The only key card to the room was settled in my pocket. Edward always came home late, so today I had plenty of time to have fun with my new toy. When I locked myself in the room with Alice, I felt a wave of heat sweep through my body. My hands were sweating as I began to crawl along the rope. My gaze darted hungrily from the sharp blade to the white skin of the motionless body and back again. I licked my lips in anticipation. Simultaneously with the excitement, bad thoughts came to my head. I looked back at the closed door. Did I make a mistake? Did everything go well? I shook my head, shaking off my misgivings. Set about the task I had dreamed of. The only thing that matters now is just the two of us, and that we won't be disturbed for the next few hours. I was getting excited about what was coming. Putting my tools aside, I sat down next to Alice, putting my hand on her thin, fragile leg. I ran my leg up her thigh, touching the edge of her short skirt. I need to take her clothes off, otherwise it will only prevent me from enjoying the work done. Button by button, I slowly removed her shirt and froze in disbelief. There were bruises and other signs of beating under their clothes. Damn, she was gonna wait. Didn't we already see? Shouldn't we have seen that? Like, wasn't that? You know, it doesn't matter. I didn't hit her, so I couldn't have left those bruises. Yeah, obviously. Then where did they come from? Is she being beaten at home? And after all, she was only beaten where those clothes could hide the bruises to avoid being seen by strangers. Wow. It seems that Alice was regularly bullied. In some places where they freshly bruises were filled with blood, in others disgusting blackened spots, the older ones were slowly dissolving. I can't even imagine how hard and painful it is to move into this state. But she came to school every day and even smiled in rare conversations with her classmates. Perhaps she decided to go with me so that she could return home as late as possible. These thoughts made the desire to hurt people disappear, but I didn't change my mind. No. That strange feeling in my heart was probably not pity, but disappointment. After all, psychos like me can't feel pity and can't empathize with others. When I kidnapped Alice, I wanted to enjoy her suffering, to see the first drop of blood on her skin, on her smooth white skin. And now I can't get what I want. Her body is covered in injuries without my effort. It's like asking for a sweet birthday cake but getting a stale, moldy cupcake. How can I fill Alice with pain and horror when she is already being bullied? After thinking about it, I decided to hide all the torture items that indicate the real reason for her abduction. And when Alice wakes up, I'll send her home to find a better victim next time. This is a dope room. That's all I gotta say. Look at this room, bro. You got like, is that his door? That is the door, because there's a camera on top. Is this the future? He has like a robot cat down there. Can I hide this? Yeah, he's like a robot cat. Bed's not alright, but I would love to live here. It's a cool place. He got some mega vape. Big something, I don't know. This is a pretty cool room, though. If this is your just normal room, that's pretty dope. Finally, Alice opened her eyes. Ask her if she's alright. Ask her if she's alright. As soon as she regained consciousness, I rushed to her. Feigning concern. I'm not smart. Clive. Oh, you're awake. Are you alright? Does it hurt anywhere? When were you sitting down? You suddenly fainted, and I. However, Alice was in no hurry to show excitement. Instead, she got up, looked around, and closed her eyes for a second, and then looked directly at me. You put me to sleep. Those words froze me for a second. How did she know about that? Oh, what are you talking about? I told you, you just passed out. I've been put to sleep more than once, since I know the feeling when I start to fall asleep after a sleeping pill. Put to sleep? I was more taken back by the news, and that Alice said that I drugged her. It's never mind. Why did you put me asleep anyway? Did you do something to me? Alice touched herself between the legs without lifting her skirt. Hey, I didn't do anything wrong to you. She took her hand away. You're right. Then why? I told you. I know you put me to sleep. Stop dodging the question. I didn't know what to say. The awkwardness of the situation increased with every second. I didn't know what to do or what to say. It was necessary to change the subject urgently and try to take control of the situation. Where did you get the bruises? So you undressed me? Ah, I get it. Where are the photos? What photos? The photos of my body? Oh, this game's meant to be Russian. Okay, that's not bad. Not bad. That's meant. The photos of my body. No, I didn't undress you and take pictures of you. Trust me. Then why did you put me to sleep? That is not true at all. Why do you still haven't answered my question? I will only tell you after I hear the truth. I hesitated. Should I tell her the truth? Something like, oh, I'm sorry, I just wanted to torture you at home, but it's okay, I've already changed my mind so you can go home. No, this is nonsense then. I'm not sure if it'll work, but it's worth a try. I know you. Lowering her eyes, stammering. What? The only way to get out of this situation, which could go without suspicion, is to come up with a sufficiently touching story. As far as girls are more emotional and romantic than boys. I like you. And for a long time, I've had the desire to kidnap a loved one, so I decided on my birthday to make myself a gift. Rubbing my hand, I continued to stare at the floor without looking up. Who would believe that? Wait, you love me? I nodded uncertainly. Someone liked me. Her recent wariness and anger disappeared smoothly. She smiled and her eyes lit up. It worked. My lie worked. Although I must admit I did not expect such a success and was already preparing to seduce the kidnapping to a mocking joke, to laugh in her face called her a naive fool for believing that such a handsome man like me could truly ask a mild-mannered girl like her out. Damn, just dissing her. My name's Clive. I'm like a nerd, bro. There's no world where my character, the character of this game, is epic. Like, bruh. And she's just like, mild-mannered girl to like her out. Like, what? And then rootingly take her to the door after dealing with several insulting phrases thrown at me. After this farewell, it's not that I could go back and talk to her anytime soon. I must admit that Alice is not as simple as it seemed. I didn't manage to deceive her the first time, although I'm an experienced liar. But how can she immediately believe that I love her? While I was wondering at her naivety, she thought about something for a couple seconds in silence. It turns out that I was kidnapped by my classmate, who is also crazy. Her voice has become more soft. I would even say melodious, or something. I don't fucking know. What did you want to do next? Wait, no! Go back! Where's back? Well, I wanted to let you live with me, probably. Alice laughed. Probably. You didn't think through, did you? There's nothing funny about it. I frowned silently, which confused my former captive. I'm sorry, I just always thought that you were incredible. You have excellent grades in all subjects, you get prizes, you are good at sports. I never thought a guy like you would like me. You know what this sounds like? You know what this sound... Can you stop talking? Alice, stop. Alice, stop. This reminds me of that movie, Better Luck Tomorrow, when like the students that do like really good in school start like flunking because they're not having excitement. This is what it sounds like. It sounds like he's failing as a guy. I didn't think you were a bit stupid after all. And this said by the person who was kidnapped. How dare you? We laughed. The tension had disappeared. Alex relaxed and began to behave more freely and at ease. At school, she usually doesn't attract attention. During recess, she rarely leaves the classroom, sitting down at her desk with her head down or silently looking out the window. In general, an inconspicuous gray mouse. And now I even catch myself thinking that she has a very nice smile. School, hobbies, music. We move smoothly from one topic to another. Consciously not thinking about the kidnapping. Did not notice how time flew by. The longer we talked, the more free Alice felt. She listened to me with a genuine interest, sometimes even making various jokes in my direction, and laughing sincerely. I listened to her stories, and sometimes I couldn't help but smile. I got the feeling that Alice, who goes to school with me, and the Alice who is sitting next to me are two different people. I never thought Alice could be sociable. So sociable and happy. Alright, I feel like I know where the story's going. Went from sadistic person that wants to hurt people to having a new female companion. The next few hours passed quickly, and we chatted about all sorts of nonsense. I was an idiot. It's late. I think it's time for you to go home. Your parents are probably already worried. My words made Alice suddenly sad. Her smile and sparkle in her eyes were gone. It's like she's back in the ghost mask she always wore at school. I don't have parents. Ah, sorry, then who do you live with? My stepmother and her boyfriend. She almost hissed the last words through her teeth. It was immediately clear to me that things were not going well at home. My guess was confirmed. The family does not favor her very much. See, the strategy here, if you want to get a real girlfriend, is just let him sleep in the extra bedroom. Because if this is his literal extra bedroom, because this, as he stated at the beginning, this is his extra bedroom. That is amazing. Got like some cool glowing lamps, like a laser tripod thingy. Alice continued to sit next to me, not wanting to leave. I was silent and just looked at the time on my phone. Edward should be back soon. If she sees Alice, I will have to explain. He is a good man and will be happy if I bring a girl home. But Alice is not my girlfriend. I just kidnapped her and tried to torture her. Bind and hide in another room with a gag in her mouth is one thing. But try to explain what Alice was doing and how we met, I didn't want to. Wow. Seeing my confusion, she stopped. Alice glanced at me briefly, then stood for him. Pursed her lips and with a sharp exhale stood up. I'm sorry, you don't live alone. And it's already too late. She went to the door with a noticeable reluctance. It's raining outside. This is like a cyberpunk world. This is literally cyberpunk world. For what? Who has that on the floor? This is like cyberpunk. Literally. Like, they have these doors in like cyberpunk or something. Like 2 shoes, futuristic place. His uncle be pimpin', bro. It's raining outside. Before leaving, Alice turned around, saying the last words. You know, I wouldn't mind if you really kidnapped me. You're much more comforting. And she left. Well, I guess that's a good leaving point for the story. She leaves. Nice rain. I guess I'll see you guys in the next episode. Probably come out tomorrow on Monday. So, I guess that's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And I hope you guys see you guys watch the next episode.